I should say activity without purpose is the drain to your life. Activity without purpose is the drain to your life. I've always had this belief, if you want to be successful at anything in life, never leave the sight of setting a goal without doing something that commits you to fulfillment. You're in state, right, when you do something. While you're in state, that's the time to commit yourself to something that makes you follow through. So I'd call somebody up, I'd schedule something, I'd lock in the next meeting, I'd sign up for the class, I'd enroll the guy who was going to mentor me, I'd set the meeting with a mastermind of people I met. I did something so that whatever I committed to, there was something when I went home that would pull me there. It's structure. If you don't remember, it'll be okay, but it'll only be in your unconscious for when you go work with a coach. Everything that comes in your mind, anything you can think of, because we're going to basically do a little mini RPM version of things right now. Anything comes in my mind, I'm here, and while you're here doing something, you're driving in your car and you think of an idea for your business or one of your businesses.
When you're trying to become successful, it's going to be a journey, and it's going to be incredibly hard for you to figure out what it is what you truly want to do. But the best way to become successful and get the job done is find out whatever it is that you genuinely love to do and pursue that with everything you have. Now, it doesn't matter what other people are telling you because they are wrong. They don't know what's going on in your mind and what you truly need to accomplish because they don't understand what you have going on with yourself. You are so confident and you're fired up and motivated every single day to go out there and do what it is that you truly love, because you know that one day you will become successful because you're putting in the time and energy and you're ready to rock and roll every single morning because that's what you need to do. And the only way you're going to do that is by loving what you genuinely want to do. If you don't enjoy it and you're doing it for other people's purposes, that's when it's going to be hard to wake up every day and stay motivated and get success that you genuinely want to accomplish. Now, along the way, you are going to fail, but that's all right because failure is expected and you should be excited when you fail because that means you're making an asserted effort to get stuff done and you're making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do and trying, risking what it is that you're trying to accomplish because the only way you're going to become successful is by high risk, high reward because you have to put stuff out there and put your confidence on the line every single time. So one day when you do become successful, it's all worth it.
If your motive is to serve something greater, there is an energy that comes up inside of you. So I feed 2 million people a year because somebody fed my family when I was 11 years old, and now this year we're feeding 4 million. I want to do more in that area. And every business I'm in, that drive just doesn't go away. What's interesting, since 2008, you've seen most large enterprise companies have really figured out how to respond to the world economic crisis at that time by cutting, right? They figured out how to cut their costs, they grew their bottom lines, and they built up their cash. And so they've done very well. But that was 5 years ago, and it's getting hard to keep cutting. You can't cut your way to growth at this point. So most major corporations are now saying, what do we do about the top line? How do we really grow revenues and sales? And so I built something called Coaching in the Cloud, which we've done for some of the most successful companies in the world. But the challenge is they've lost some of the disciplines that maximize the process. So we also, though, are showing people how to maximize technology. So I have a patent pending process in a company that's working with everybody from General Electric to Reuters. It's called Knowledge Now. And it allows you to take the knowledge you need instead of learning the old style. We got great technology and an old way of learning.
But there's 3 decisions you're making every moment you're alive. And the way you make these 3 decisions shapes your destiny. First decision we're all making every moment is, what are you going to focus on? What are you going to focus on? And I realized that my father's life and my life ended up very different because we made that day 3 decisions very differently. He decided to focus on the fact that he has not fed his family. And the second question you got to decide, every moment you're alive, and including this moment, what are you going to focus on? Second question is, as you're focusing on, what does this mean? What does it mean? And the bottom line on meaning is, if you think about it, you get to make up the meaning, and most people pick the worst one, don't they? That day, my father decided to focus on the fact he hadn't fed his family, and I know what meaning he gave because he said it out loud over and over again, that he was worthless because he had not taken care of his family. And then the final, most important decision you make every moment you're alive, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I'll tell you what he decided to do. He decided to leave our family shortly thereafter. The number one thing that's going to change your life, the only thing that will change your life, change your business, change your money, change your relationship, is you must raise your standard. Now, I know that sounds boring, stupid, basic, but it's the truth. The only thing that changes our life long term is when we raise our standards. What does that mean? That sounds so boring and dumb. It means that all of us in life have things we want. We don't get what we want. We get what we have to have. Remember I said earlier, we all get what we tolerate in ourselves and other people. But when you're no longer willing to tolerate something, that's when your life changes. The difference in people is their standards, period. The difference in people is their standards, period. And what do I mean by standards? Everyone in the world has a list of things they think they should do. I should lose weight. I should work out. I should work harder. I should spend more time with my kids. I should make more calls. I should. And then you know what? People don't do their shoulds and they get mad at themselves and they what I call should all over themselves. They beat themselves up about it.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comments section down below.